I think the last part I heard is that he called for Zig. So my reading tell me she cray. I loved, and then I heard a sound of disconnection from server. So I don't know if Xantis said anything when he was casting Space Slip or something like that.
Oh no, what he said was, Dent, wait here for a moment. Dent is, of course, the little skull, and he used Space Slip, so he basically just teleports 2 meters past the door into the room.
Yeah, so you're doing like almost like spooky, ghosty shit as soon as you're like phasing through solid wall.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, yeah, so
Oh boy.
I guess probably Moriana realizes that.
Well, yeah, since Xanthus is just kind of standing in a room, arms crossed, like...
The room is awash with broken appliances. I wouldn't say it's like there's blood everywhere, but there's a lot of it on the floor. And the reason why she was moving around, well, you just really have to look at her hands. Both of them are bleeding quite severely. The culprit is the other pair of flagellation gauntlets in front of a... let me just roll willpower, because I'm not sure which she has. No, in front of a mantle shrine, which is practically the only thing left upon the table. Everything else has been knocked off. The drawers are out. Whatever was inside them is likely clatters all over the floor. Her hair is quite matted. Doesn't look like it's been washed for a while. Her eyes are bloodshot. And she's just wearing basic slacks and currently staring at you as if looks could kill, he'd likely be dead a few times over. Xanthus, that is.
I'm sure. For his part, Xanthus is going to look around.
Her wrists and hands completely, there's blood all over them. God.
Xanthus walks to the door. Dent, you can come in now. And closes the door behind the little flying robot. This right here, he says, waving his hand around, is exactly why we need to have a conversation.
Through gritted teeth, she says, Get out.
Yeah, no. See, if you were an acolyte, then I probably wouldn't care. But you're a throne agent, he says, leaning against the wall. Not only are you a throne agent, but you are my throne agent, or more accurately, Lord Inquisitor Caden's throne agent. Thus, you are actually a bit better is expected of you than whatever this is. So, one of two things is going to happen. You and I are going to have this conversation, or you're going to try to forcibly get me out of here, which is probably not going to happen. By all means.
She picks up part of the torn sheets from the floor, wraps them around her hands, and simply walks out the door, slamming it behind her.
Ooh, a third option. He just walks out and follows her.
The moment the door slammed, would have started sprinting.
Where does she honestly think she can go, I wonder? Hold on a second.
Obviously, those few people that see Moriana almost stumble upon her are kinda giving her questionable looks.
She would have just simply shoulder barged or pushed them out the way.
I mean, they are getting out of the way, they don't exactly want to be fucking rammed by a woman such as yourself.
Well, Xanthus uses cellular control to increase his agility, and he starts sprinting after her. Come on, Dan. Looks like we're getting exercise today.
Oh my god, I almost wish... I'm halfway tempted to just fucking silently through PA systems there is Warhammer 40k rendition of Benny Hill running.
Moriana!
She would have had a head start. She probably gets around the corner. I'm not sure what it would be. He wouldn't be expecting this. She doesn't have weapons, but yeah. She rams the corner. You probably get there a few paces later, and
she tries to hit him, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not nearly as unpredictable as you think it is. But all right, roll weapon skill.
Skill. Let's see. 2.
Oh, swing and a miss.
Are we doing this again? The second game we've done this in?
Yep.
I mean, if this will take a few more longer time, then probably, maybe not Zhao, because common folk don't really want to talk with him, but probably Sigmund and maybe other
She follows up with another.
They will get...
Well, firstly...
They will get, like, suddenly, maybe message to Sigmund, or like, take this... Our scans, like status report, we're detecting, a brawl on this section between interrogators and this and...
Although I do get to try to weapon skill it.
It's not a... How do you weapon skill it? She's not hitting you with a weapon.
An armed attack?
By
She's punching.
Yeah, and Xanthus is using his hand and blocking. Just kind of throwing his arm up and catching it.
You can't use a dodge and a parry on the same attack, can you?
Yeah.
You can.
You fail one, you can do the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You just can't use two actions to the same react to the same attack is all.
Okay.
If there are any witnesses around, they looking very uncertainly. Like, should we act? Well, they are probably waiting for...
And lastly, a leg sweep.
How many attacks do you get? Good.
I can have up to 4.
All the patience. Let's see.
That was a leg sweep.
Well, in order to actually do that, you'd have to roll a different sort of check, but...
Would it be strength?
No, it would be an actual grapple check.
She's not grappling you. It's a leg sweep.
Not a grapple check.
Yeah.
Not a grapple check, a...
Takedown.
Yeah, that.
I have it, and that's a weapon skill I still think opposed.
Oh, actually, wait. This conversation is completely irrelevant. Xanthus has leap up. Free action, he just gets right back up. And he can do it in your turn.
He still get knocked down.
Oh yeah, he gets knocked down.
But he gets up again.
Bounces back up. Are we actually doing this, Moriana? Good grief.
Leave me alone.
Last chance, Moriana. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
I'm tired of your constant patronizing.
Well, you're going to have to deal with it a little while longer because I'm tired of your blatant insanity. Now.
Yes, my insanity. The insanity that saved your men. The insanity that saved Captain Kenneth when he just stood there and watched from the opposite end of the hallway and called me mad for running to their aid.
No, I'm talking about the insanity that would have left you to die in that same...
It was my
building.
wish.
A wish that is not yours to make.
It is mine to make.
Especially not over an adept. And while we're talking about achievements from inside that hall, may I remind you, I am the one who killed the cultists. I am the one who killed the Space Marines. I am the one who killed both Terminators. So no, I didn't think you were mad for running to the other end of the hall. I thought you were mad for running to the other end of the hall, leaving enemies at your back. And by the way, as far as I remember,
at my back, the Terminator would have torched them. They're as good as dead if I'd have stood around and did what you did.
What, to actually fight the enemy instead of just running by it?
She throws a... Well, why not? She throws a broken refractor field on the floor. If I had not got in the way, Kenneth would have been dead.
I've seen...
Whatever fabrication you can come up with, that is the case this time, and there is no way you can reword it to fit your...
You and I both have been on the receiving end of a flamer, and I see we're still alive. So no, you don't know that he would have died. But even beyond that, your insanity has begun... No, your madness has begun to affect your duties, Moriana. Now, are we going to do this publicly or privately? I'd suggest the latter. Or if you don't want to talk, then that's fine. However, I will tell you this. We're going to Scintilla, and I'm going to leave you there. You will not be a part of this cadre.
Good riddance.
Indeed. By all means, you can go back to your room, Guardsman.
What's a really derogative term for a psyker?
I don't know. What's a derogatory term for a psyker, Gabriel?
Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking... No, it's the other way around. That's a blank.
A witch?
Well, witch or... Yeah, witch would pretty bad. Freak.
Witch is kind of implying traitor, though, don't you think?
Yeah, that's the thing.
It is, yeah.
Which would be a kind of odd thing for Moriana.
Yeah, I know. Technically, he is, from, well, what they've done.
Well, I mean...
It would be a very,
that would be a very strange accusation. But, I mean, it would...
Not strange,
Well, blunt is the reverse. It's what psychers use against, don't see.
Yes, I remember this conversation from when... I don't remember if it was Xanthus or Lucas, but one of them called someone a blunt, and it was like, oh, wait, is that a bad thing? I thought that was just, like, really generic. Like, no, that's an insult. Like, oh. Oops.
Sure, blunt then.
No, that's the other way around. A blunt is... a blunt is what psychers call non-psychers.
Because your lives are kind of dull.
God damn, I need a derogatory term. Demko, you must know, right?
Which isn't. It's not inherently. It doesn't inherently imply a traitor. It's a witch is. What's it called? For example, the Black Templars, generally speaking, refer to all psychers as witches. They do not.
Oh, there is one. Well, freak would work.
Freak is too generic.
one that is very common to the guard is a bolt magnet, because when things go bad, the first thing the commissar will do is just put a bolt in the psyker, because they don't.
Oh yeah, okay, she'll definitely use that and say, "Yes, good day, bolt magnet." And Xanthus is a part of the guard, so or was, so he probably
Mhm.
know.
And he will laugh at you. You do remember I served in the guard for 2 decades, right? I seem to still have my head relatively stable. But
As the bolt
you.
magnet comments through, I'm gonna say like, yes, Sigmund, you arrive on the scene, and Xanthus can continue responding.
What is going on?
Oh, nothing. The guardswoman and I were merely having PT, he says, walking off. Do, 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 do.
He'll watch what's his name go away, then look at Moriana. What happened?
She's already walking off. I mean, she's wearing makeshift quote unquote bandages around her wrists.
I'm gonna be right
Probably
back.
stained with blood out of bed sheets, but yeah.
Oh, you're not fighting. He doesn't care. You're
Well, she's trailing blood back to where
petty.
she's
What's it
going
called?
from, so.
He's not good at Medicaid, is he? I don't think he is. In fact, he doesn't have Medicaid. And he would know that he can't help you.
She goes back to her room.
There's somebody good.
Doesn't want help. If she would have gone to the med bay.
Ooh, I wonder if I'm there.
No, I said she would have gone to the med bay if she wanted aid, but she didn't. She just went back to her room.
Okay, I mean you can whisper that to him, and before
I
you
am.
leave, like probably a few moments later, like from one of the corners, sheepishly looking, Antalius comes up to you and says, "I'm deeply sorry, sir, for what's the word in English? From diverting your attention from your
Disturbing you?
disturbing your attention. I wasn't aware how this situation will escalate."
It's fine. Thank you for informing. But yeah,
Like,
on his way back to what.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Zhao that.
Do 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 do.
Okay. Did I mute myself to walk away?
Nope, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm back. I have my drinkery.
My not muting is still the worst not muting of this session so far. I swore I did. I really could have thought I did.
I was wondering why I was suddenly hearing Russian.
Yeah.
The Vostroyan regiment is here.
All right.
So,
oh my god, Moriana will not have fucking free time.
The door's closed though.
Uh-huh.
She's back inside. Unless he gets there before she does, which I doubt
Nope.
it.
The door opens.
You have a hellgun pointed at your face.
I stand there with just a
By the way,
medkit.
what's his? I should probably because it's faster than typing it out.
mhm.
Would Zhao have said that he's going to?
You would have had a okay with a
Said or
smiley
implied?
face.
Because if he implied, then Sigmund's going to be there as well.
Oh, for fuck's
Might.
sake!
I mean, he would have said okay with an exclamation mark and a smiley face. So I don't know what he would interpret from that. I mean, if you ask the question, I'll say that I'm going to take these.
He knows something is up. So yeah.
No, nothing is up. Nothing requires investigation.
He'll take a little look around, seemingly
To
unfazed.
stress, the room is a complete and utter shit tip.
Oh, you cleaned up.
Bed frames broke. There's shattered glass all over the floor. There's blood everywhere. The only thing that's in a somewhat decent state is the mantle shrine, which sits centerpiece upon the only table in there.
Yes, and his
Everything
response
else.
is, "Oh, you cleaned up," and he'll walk by with and set the medkit on the table near the mantle shrine, seemingly completely ignoring the fact that you still have a pistol at his head.
Oh my god, fuck you guys.
You can't act all crazy and expect to be left alone, my friend.
It's her own kind of crazy in her room. It's not like she's running around the ship before that moment.
See, but the thing is, the crazy in your room is going to translate to the crazy on the battlefields. Oh. Rug?
How would she respond? Is Zhao wearing armor?
No.
I'm not sure what this would be, whether it's a strength test or not, but she would literally... She was not going to punch you, don't worry. She'd just shove you away. Before you have time to sidestep around. He just drops the gun and just pushes you away. Whilst... Yeah, she's aggravated. There's probably a vein throbbing on her forehead. And she screams at you 2 words, which are, "Get out."
Oh. Ugh, you wound me. Besides, I'm here in official capacity. Bother.
I don't
think I
need
stepped in
you or your
something.
aid. Get out.
If those wounds are not treated, they will begin to fester. And then you will gain a fever. The recycling systems on this ship are all right, but it will become aggravated after a period of time. Though I certainly...
Hold your
applaud
tongue. Just get
Oh.
out. If I wanted these, I will go to the med bay when the time comes, and I'll just leave.
I'll be there. He'll wave a little bit of a sin skin and put it on the table. Pat, pat, pat.
I mean, she's likely going to use it, but she's not going to tell you. Not yet, anyway. He leaves, yes?
Your inability to control yourself threatens not just yourself, but the entire party.
Oh, cog boy.
Blunt, but not an inaccurate assessment.
You much like... You too much like the witch should stay out of my business.
So long as you're part of the party, so long as you're part of the cadre, your business is our business. If you want that to change, you should leave. And then he will leave. He won't leave as in walk away. And I didn't even need to use my little attack.
Shrug. If at some point you need the hand regenerated... you know,
She
remember
slams the
days.
door in your face.
Oh, how very, very rude. Whoops, that should be 30. But,
You say you open the door, but she's just going to hold it there. You aren't getting in.
35 degrees of success, what the fuck?
that should be Plus 30, not plus 300.
Zhao becomes next
Plus
Omnisaya.
300.
I hit the 0 too many times. But in either case, yeah, he'll just override the lock and just open. As I was saying, I'll be in the medical
She
bay
slams it
whenever
again.
you want.
It's not a matter of slamming. It's a matter of being able.
Well,
to
fine. She
resist
fucking punches.
the surface.
She punches the keypad.
I have been muted that whole time. That's funny.
You'll hear Zhao tittering as he walks away.
And you hear her just well, at first utter shut up, and then it gets progressively louder until she's screaming it at the top of her lungs until you're out of earshot. And then, yeah.
And now we're moving on.
Thank fuck for that!
Well, you wanted to play it, so...
I know, you're the one who wants to be all fucking angsty and...
I crit
Self-harming.
failed a willpower test with psychic stuff last lesson, and I have 54 insanity. Yeah. It's not that I want to be angsty.
I mean,
Man.
it's probably
I
up to
can't-
player, because probably myself with 54 I wouldn't play that. But I think it's player to player basis.
I crit failed the willpower last session. She has flashbacks to the Mara massacre landing. That whole situation brought it back to the front. Benjamin is supposedly dead. Yeah.
Okay, so Xanthis, are those guys that were technically under Moriana just gonna not do anything, or just doing the very typical usual training practice but they won't learn anything, or do you have alternative plan?
Eh. Xanthus will take over, I suppose.
Okay.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Okay, so
No.
Cantor is 0 and Exalt 0, 0, 20, okay. So Vox Operator and Ordnance Master have 0 to your roles to teach them.
What would Xanthus teach a Vox operator, I wonder? Perhaps Tactica, so that he and Kenneth can
If anything, that might be something what's his name would do, because it's tech related.
what?
The
Sigmund?
box thing, yeah.
You could technically send him to Sigmund so he can
That is a good idea.
put up
80
his tech
tech
use
use.
to max.
I have tech Alice 70 smart cookie.
Very good point, and Xanthus has already thought to go to Zhao.
And I have Common Law War.
This works. So this is the Vox operator, right? Antalius. This could be problematic. I have an idea. Follow me, Antalius.
Yes, sir.
I was wondering what I would be attempting to teach you, but I think I have a much better idea. You're going to hopefully learn, how to use that piece of equipment always strapped to your back a little more effectively.
Of course, sir. And he wisely doesn't say anything. He doesn't even think about Moriana. Because I'm imagining that the entire scuffle between you and her happened like very close towards the beginning of the travel, or like somewhere in the first week out of 3.
Yeah, probably. But, where do the techs hang out on this ship? Where do the techies?
I would be basically by and large they decks, or if there's a Factorum, which I don't has one in the menu.
Dimco?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of coming in and out, so I only
Oh.
caught every other word, I
Sorry.
think.
Engine decks, gun decks, if Manufactorum in the menu. I
I
would
think I'll just.
drift in and out of 2 or if I tore the 3 of those.
Alright, so Xanthus will look around until he finds you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably asking the Tech Priest. Tech Priest, have you seen Sigmund?
Very easy to find.
Yeah, and then like Tech Priest, of course, interrogator, and then like he would either lead
He's in the
you
gun decks.
to him or point you where he is.
He's in the gun deck.
Perfect. So Xanthus will walk over to the gun decks. Sigmund. Ah, there you are. Sigmund,
Yes.
I have a request to make of you.
What is it?
This man here, this is Antalius. He's the what's the word? He's the command squad's Vox operator. He needs to learn how to operate technology, and he needs to learn about tech in general.
You'd like me to do that?
Yes, please. I figure you have to be the best with tech on this ship. So.
Very possible. Out of character, I don't know who all is on there besides us.
I mean, it's a good guess that you are. I mean, I left for something
I'm Mechanicus,
different.
but I'm not like I'm combat focused, tech focused.
But you have something for tech use, so.
Yeah, I
still.
do. He's smart. Critted on his.
And I mean, it would make the most sense for a combat technician, so to speak, to learn from a living testament to combat and technology wrapped in one package. So,
I can do that, I suppose.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Dalius, you are to do whatever Sigmund says. He will help you learn the ways of technology.
Does he have a Vox with him attached?
I don't know, to be honest.
Disassembling mine just to teach him how to use it would be a pain in the ass.
Maybe he would.
I mean, he's a Vox operator, so he could. I would imagine.
So he's like practicing all the time. So yeah, he has that with him, and he just responds, "Of course, sir."
We'll go to.
Very good. I will leave you two to it. Good luck, Antalius. Don't let the Tech Priest down. Or, no, what is that? Don't let the Venatori down.
We'll go to someplace not loud, not super busy. He's not going to my rooms, but somewhere else. Teach him to love the machine.
So you
Please.
make him somewhat quiet, ask him to take off his trousers.